All right, so we're cooking with hot sauce. All right, so welcome everybody to Nelly King's Life Lessons Sessions. And right now we have a special guest, very special guest, Jasmine. All right, so Jasmine, tell everybody a
Hey,
little bit about you and what you're doing right now.
yeah, absolutely. Well, blessings, everybody. Again, thank you, Nelly, for having me on this. I think it's just a great opportunity for everybody to, explore and just, branch themselves out there with what they're doing. A little bit about me. I'm a martial artist. I've been in Taekwondo karate since I was a kid. I love kids and teaching, and I love to cook. Um, when I think it was last year, so around May, yeah, I think it was the beginning of May,
Yeah.
a friend of mine had basically reached out
Mhm.
and commented on a post because I'm a foodie. Like the last few years, I've just been posting things that like presentation of food inspired by like Master Chef,
Mhm.
Chopped, all those cooking shows, right, that are really popular.
Yeah.
And on one of the comments, she wrote, hey, you should probably sell your food. It will be You'll be successful at it. And before that, I was like, I would hear it sometimes, or like other friends or other people, family members would be like, this is really good, or you should
Yeah.
do something with this. And you know how it kind of just goes over your head.
Mhm.
And then that one time you hear it again, it's
You
like,
wanna make it
okay,
happen.
I'll try it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened with a friend of mine, JJ.
Okay.
And so that
Okay.
was the beginning of May. And
And
then,
what kind of, sorry to cut you, what kind
no,
of
it's okay.
dishes do you do? What type of dishes? Tell
I
everybody.
do. I'm careful how I promote that because for the last 6 years I've been vegan,
Hmm.
and before that just pretty much ate chicken and meat. I call it vegan friendly food,
Okay.
but my friends that are meat eaters,
Yeah.
they love it, right? They don't feel or see anything that's missing in the meal when they purchase it,
Hmm.
which I find really great. So, because all the opportunities out there right now, all the options out there, sorry, like for vegan alternatives,
Hmm.
you see regular people, meat eaters, eating them.
Right.
So that fortunately didn't discourage me to like say, hey, it's vegan friendly food, because I know it's still going to be a broad audience.
For sure. Definitely.
Yeah. And from now to even before when I started being vegan, alternatives and options for me were very limited. There was like one grocery store in the Danforth, I think some people know it, Big Carrot. That was
Yeah.
the only place I was able to get different options.
Yeah.
And now the options are like endless, which I think it's great.
It's good. Exactly.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
there you go. And what's the name of your tell us a little bit more about the business. Tell us about the business.
Um, it was so beautiful how it came about actually.
Mm-hmm.
That same month of May 2020, um, being encouraged to do that. That I think the week of the 20th or like the 17th. Yeah. I had a few friends over. I was making infused pasta, actually, a deep dish pasta,
Yeah.
and they chilled after, and they were just. It came to a point where I was in the other room, and they were like sitting in my living room, brainstorming business names like for me, and I was in such awe. Like I got very emotional. I was like, wow, you guys are really like showing that you care and like doing this like not for me but like showing the support.
Yeah.
And we were like, should it be Jazzy, this or that, because my middle names are Jasmine Oriana. So eventually we got Ori's Corner. So Ori was kind of nicknamed through Oriana, and then Ori's Corner. So I didn't want to be like just a one spot thing. When I think corner, I'm thinking, okay, there's many things that can happen there. So
True.
not just for food, but I also love spoken word and poetry. So it
Go.
can be a space eventually after all this pandemic stuff is done.
Yeah.
It can be a spot for multiple things that can happen, which then, whoa,
Uh-oh.
which then led, sorry, my little light went off, which then led to also giving back.
Mm-hmm.
So through martial arts, that's been embedded in me, giving back to the community. And then I did this GoFundMe fundraiser that started, I believe, in November.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing. The support's been amazing. So,
Mm-hmm.
hey, so multiple things can happen with Ori's Corner and will happen and continue for sure.
Yeah. So, what I do see as well is that, I do see, I watch out for you on Instagram and I see you giving food to the homeless and so forth. Such a beautiful thing to see. So tell us a little bit more
Yeah.
about that. Is that something that you do probably every weekend or when does that take place?
The last, what are we, January now? So the last, I would say, month and a half, it's been more consistent. Originally, I wanted to do it once a month.
Yeah.
And I just find that in the wintertime when it's cold, when you know someone's out there and lacking warmth and shelter, like it's so hard to just wait till the end of the month.
Yeah.
I thought of it as a monthly thing because I would wait till the end to see how much was raised and how much orders were taken for the entire month. Because with each order,
Yeah.
from the beginning, a percentage goes to the fundraiser.
Okay.
Right? 5 to 10% for each order, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more than it sounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I did the GoFundMe. So this whole idea started though for my 25th birthday. And for my 25th birthday was my champagne birthday, November 25th,
Yeah.
a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
just to not give away my age completely. And what I did was I raised money for my birthday to hand out care packages to people on the street. So within the care packages, up till today, they include things like those mini first aid kits, which I think are really important,
Mm-hmm.
gloves, socks, toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant, sanitary pads, feminine hygiene products, like just the small things that would take advantage of every day.
Okay.
Take for granted. Sorry. Oh man. Yeah.
That sounds great. So where do you see this? Where do you see like your business rate is right now? What do you think you can do to improve it right now?
I think definitely not letting this COVID thing
Right.
like just totally feel swallowed up by it, because I definitely know a lot of people are feeling that, and my heart goes out to them, even personally, like even my martial arts school, not being able to access therapy there. I know that's taking a toll on a lot of people. I think reaching out using social media. So I think that's still a challenge for myself that I'm embracing now.
Yeah.
I'm not the most tech savvy person and knowing all like the
You did it.
the apps and everything of what to use and get your name out there. Also networking,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically what we're doing right now as well. So
Yeah.
just getting more involved with things like that, taking what we are now pretty much bound to is the internet,
Yeah.
and just using it to our advantage.
Right.
So I think I personally feel I need to embrace that a bit more, and use the networks and use the people around me who are more comfortable with it, and also workshops. Do you know how many workshops there are nowadays? Like it's crazy. You can learn something new like every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. And YouTube professor, I call it professor YouTube and Google, you learn a lot from those two dudes right there.
that
You know,
for sure, for
you
sure.
come in to them to, because sometimes I find myself talking, I'm like, ooh, maybe I can brush up there, brush up here. And then when you watch some of these cats like Eric Thomas, Tony Robbins and all these guys,
Mm-hmm.
it helps you to, be able to voice yourself a little bit better. You know what I mean? And they give you that,
Yeah, absolutely. All this morning, I was watching motivational speeches off YouTube Professor, like this entire morning,
yeah,
for sure.
That's good. So leads me to the next question now. So, how would you say the coronavirus pandemic thing is affecting you or even your you as a person and even your mental health, how would you say is dealing with you that way?
Uh, wow. Yeah, it's taken its toll more than I would like to say or maybe admit sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning of last year, we're slowly cutting back and, staying home and whatnot and going online. And then that at the same time, I was being encouraged to cook for the public. So it was like, okay, how do I maneuver around this?
Yeah.
The same month, the so that was May 20th
Yeah.
when I fed people publicly.
Mm.
4 days later, my grandpa, who had Alzheimer's and everything, passed away.
Sorry,
And
yeah.
then depression hit for like 2 weeks and so and so. And it was like, I found myself asking, should I even like continue this? I know it just started, but like, is there a point right now? There's so much going on. And, discouragement comes in and we get into our heads like we're our biggest critics.
Right.
Right. So I was at that point and it was really challenging. And then I also thought, my grandpa would be proud watching me and like continuing this. Like, I know he'd want that. I know anyone would want that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of like bittersweet silver lining, for that month. But the support, if I didn't have the support and people encouraged me, like literally, that's what it came down to. The people, like the community is what's making Ori's Corner continue, right?
Okay.
My work and efforts, yes, but ultimately the people around me, the energy and support has been amazing. I'm humbled by it, and that's honestly what's keeping me going, aside from me liking to cook.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like with me, it's the same thing with me. What always keeps me going is the smiles that you put on people's faces, right? When you go there and you're like, oh, here's a book, you
Mhm.
know, or, telling a person something that they don't believe, something as little as, oh, you can make it, or what you're
Yeah.
going through right now isn't always going to be forever. Little stuff like that. Sometimes I see people break down in tears, and I'm like, oh man, like, it adds such substance to your life that you can't even explain. So I know what
Exactly.
you're talking about there, right?
You're
So,
adding value,
mhm,
and if you're either adding value or being able to give back, and people are seeing that and they're like, even though they might not be able to do it directly, they want to like help and support,
yeah,
which I think is what made me get to the $500 fundraising in 2 weeks. So now I'm like raising the bar now. I'm like, this is amazing.
mhm.
Absolutely.
So, my next question for you now is, what's the next step after this? If you were
After,
part of it,
oh no, yeah, absolutely. For sure, for sure. So when you say after this, like
yeah.
after COVID, definitely. So I want to have a shared storefront. The reason I say shared storefront is because I believe in community. So I'm not a one-man show, and I believe if we share a space, like even with one or two other entrepreneurs or business people, you can learn from each other. And being in a positive environment on a continuous basis, like you can like boom that much more. You can grow that much more. So definitely a shared storefront. I've always loved the idea of food truck. I love food trucks,
Yeah.
and I was looking into it before,
Mhm.
and then our lovely COVID friend came.
Wait a second, wait a second. So stick the pin right there, right? So that means you want to get a food truck now.
I would love a food truck and a storefront for Ori's Corner, and being able to be more mobile and move around and just share that passion and love for giving back to even more people.
Mhm.
I think that would be awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds amazing. That sounds like
Yeah.
a Opie's corner food truck.
Ori's Corner on the food truck on the corner of a corner building. That would be hilarious.
That's dope. That's dope.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen because this is definitely temporary, and we gotta remember that
Yeah. Oh,
everything that we're passionate about when we want to work on and improve on and accomplish, definitely, definitely.
sky's the limit. And Before we close off a little bit, um, tell me more about your martial arts as well.
My martial arts.
Yeah.
So
Do you give classes on that as well? For somebody that might want to do some, ah,
we definitely can offer private lessons. Right now, because of we were doing in person a little bit with all the restrictions and safety guidelines, and then they came out with their other announcements, and then so we went back to online for Zoom. So they do it every day, including Saturdays,
yeah.
online. So the martial arts school that I've been with is now called the Santos Premier Martial Arts, and there's 3 locations in East York, like on Gerrard. They're actually all on Gerrard East.
Yeah.
So if you're from Scarborough or even downtown, that's like the range of area that you could probably go and attend.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been there since I was 8 years old. So that's like it's a second home for me. It's a second home for me, absolutely. Yeah.
Big
They've literally seen me grow and like
yeah.
go through all the phases and things that I've been through, and still come out on the other end and be there and support.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
still here. You're still here.
Yeah.
Doing your big
No.
things with always corner. Every time when I see her on Instagram, I'm like, man, she's doing her thing. But man, I got have her right here.
I'm trying. Yes. Definitely. Maybe implement like karate chop. I don't know. Some type of food. Who knows?
Yeah.
Still, like, I'm literally brainstorming like every day, seeing like how can I challenge myself? How is this business being challenged, which it is, and like how do I come out on the other side? Like,
yes.
Am I going to feel defeated looking at all these challenges, or am I thinking, oh, how can I handle each one at a time, right? So
this is called Nelly James Life Lesson Sessions, right?
yes,
So
for a reason.
you gotta give the people some lessons right now. What would you tell a person who's, struggling in their business right now, struggling even at home? They lost their job right now. They're with pen and paper, trying to figure out what's gonna be next. What would you say to that person right now?
To be honest, okay, I'm gonna be like 1,000% raw right now. Not 100%, 1,000% raw right now, cause yeah. So honestly, like I'll go back to even last night. That yesterday was a very rough day for me personally. Like, those days when you have that self-doubt and you're beating yourself up, and no matter what somebody says to you or anybody says to you, you're like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. So, it's honestly a lot of self-love and self-work has been like able to help me out a lot when I'm in those moments.
Yeah.
I would say to definitely allow yourself to feel those emotions. A lot of us right away when we feel like that down or negative feeling or feeling heavy, we automatically try to suppress it more, brush it off. And I'm not saying that's a bad or good thing. I'm saying we may do that too often rather than address it and allow ourselves to feel it and then let it go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So definitely feeling your feelings because it's definitely a rough time right now, or like, it's a harsh time right now. I'm not going to lie. And continue to learn and just every day.
Yeah.
So yesterday was not a great day for me, but I'm not dwelling on it.
Yeah.
Today's a new day. Yeah. And even if I do one thing a little bit different or a little bit better today, that's still better than yesterday.
Yeah.
I think those are really important.
You said something else. You said, don't brush off the feeling that you feel. You said to basically embrace it almost, right?
Yeah.
That's important because I feel like when you don't address a certain feeling, your life, say the whole week is garbage for you. It's crap. You could fly off the handle.
Oh yeah.
Bottled up emotions, right? So if you deal with those emotions step by step along the day, and you deal with them, you have more of a chance of remaining sane and not lashing out.
Absolutely.
That's a very
Like me, me today is like 100% different from me yesterday. And I watched something very brief on Instagram,
yeah.
and it was like the second you get out of bed and you like stub your toe, we
Mm-hmm.
have that um I guess that habit of just following up with it. It's like, oh, I stubbed my toe, it's going to be a crappy day now. Whereas, oh, if you stub your toe and it's like, you brush it off and you're like, okay, let me go, I don't know, brush my teeth and then continue my day. Like, so different, but like, it is so true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Like, it's up to us. It's our thought process. And we are able to change that next thought right away, or dwell on the previous thought and like let it, keep gliding.
Yeah. Amazing points. Amazing points. So now, what we're going to need you to do is tell the people where they can find you on social media.
Yes. So my, I guess, personal, more blogging Instagram is jasmine.oriana. So JASMINE .ORIANNA. And then my business page is Ori's Corner. So because of Instagram doesn't let you do the commas and stuff, it's so annoying. So it's
Yeah.
Ori.corner on Instagram, but it's Ori's Corner. So ORI.corner.
Okay.
And that's where you can find me. So with orders going through every week, individuals just message or call. Like, it's that simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. You have Jasmine's Instagram, and what else do you have there? What else did you put out there?
I put out jasmine.oriana. So like,
Okay.
it's my first page.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ori's Corner is more directed to obviously the business. So I'm trying to share more spoken word pieces on there as well, and then post the menu every week on there as well.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's amazing. So everybody, thanks for listening to Nelly James Life Lesson Session with Miss Jasmine.
I give thanks. I know this is going to reach so much more people, and I love what you're doing. Like, honestly, it's a great idea. Give thanks.
Yeah.
You've always been one of the hardworking people that I've known. Like, honestly, always a go-getter. Don't waste time. So I really appreciate your work ethic and like you continuing to do what you're doing through this hard time as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Chelsea, I see you in the top right. For tuning in.
Blessings.
We're gonna have Chelsea's gonna be.
I gotta support my cousin.
Yes, that's
right
my.
on.
Yeah. So she's
Nice seeing you.
one of my guests. Perhaps
That's beautiful.
So
right on. Nice. I will definitely be tuning in. I'll definitely be tuning in.
And this is not the last time we're gonna have you on, because this is going worldwide.
Yes, sir.
It's going worldwide. It's going from Canada.
I say, manifestation.
That's it.
Absolutely. We got to keep the energy going.
Right. Corona what?
Corona what? Go away.
All right. So thank you guys for tuning in, and
yes.
it'll be on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and anything else that I can put my hands on, YouTube. So stay tuned, like and share and all that stuff. All right.
Blessings. Give thanks.
Yeah.